Hi, everybody, and welcome to September webinar from Envision and Ally. So it's our community webinar time. We've been doing quite a few webinars this month, so you might be a little tired of hearing it from us. But webinar is for you, our community, to hear the latest and greatest. Both Kartiks are with us today, which is really nice. And my colleague Amaranth is also with us in the background, helping answer questions and generally making sure we're live on YouTube as well. So yes, first impressions from the Ally Solus classes. You may have caught some of our videos, but we're going to ask Kartik more about that. And also talking about some of the shortcuts that have been added to Ally. In fact, a brand new video is going live now on YouTube about that. So don't leave us, but maybe go back there and check it out afterwards. So as usual, a little bit of housekeeping from my side, just to keep us honest here about what's happening. We don't have any VIP guests today, apart from ourselves. So maybe this webinar might be a little longer, shorter, sorry. But please bring your questions to us at the end, as we always love to get those. I mentioned we're being recorded on and streamed live on YouTube. So if you need to jump off the end of this webinar a little earlier, don't worry, you can always catch up. And of course, we'll be sharing it afterwards on our socials and in our community, so you can always go back. If you would like to join and ask questions, I strongly encourage you to do that. You can literally just join the chat section in YouTube if you're in there and just drop your question in there and Amaranth or I will answer that. But if you are on Zoom, you can also use the Q&A section to put your questions in as text, or you can raise a hand if you'd like to ask us live on air, as they say. So we'd love that. We love having your questions. It keeps us on our toes. So a couple of keystrokes, and let's see if I get them right this month. The keystroke for shortcuts on Zoom Q&A on the Mac is Option plus Y, and on Windows is Alt plus Y. And then the keystroke for shortcuts to Zoom to mute and unmute yourself is Alt plus A, and on Windows, and then Command plus Shift plus A on Mac. So good luck if you remember those. But anyway, pop your hand up, press the hand raise key, and we'll bring you on at the end. So I'm going to now pass over to Kartik Cannon, our CTO, who you all know very well, to give us a little bit of the first impressions on the Ally Solus classes and to take it away. So thanks, Kartik. Oh. Kartik, can you hear us? We can't hear you at the moment. Oh, some technical connections. We're all good just now. Give us a minute, guys. We're just checking something here. Maybe while Kartik is getting his connection sorted, maybe.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can. Yep.
Okay.
Super. Thank you, Kartik. Yeah, fantastic.
Sometimes all you have to do is plug stuff out and plug it back in again. All right. Okay. So now you can all hear me. So I was just saying, starting off with a bit of thanks for joining us today and for supporting us through this journey of building Ally Solos, of building Ally over the past few months. It's been phenomenal. We've do over 1 million minutes of conversation each month at this point. And I'm super excited that we're going to continue growing Ally. Ally has grown a lot, especially over the past month. We've been working very hard to mature Ally and to bring it up to speed. Our big focus, of course, with Ally has always been accuracy and stability over trying to like chase the next new thing in AI or trying to make things just faster for the sake of speed, right? I think we've just put our primary focus on a few key things. And yeah, we've been improving Ally on that front. And I've been getting a lot of nice messages from people in the community about how Ally is helping them and how things have, gotten better with Ally over time and so on. And I thought, okay, let me just take the time out today to give you a small first impressions of the Ally Solos classes itself. So just to give a quick visual description, I'm actually wearing the glasses right now. And for those of y'all who don't know, the glasses look and feel like any other pair of glasses. I'm wearing one with clear frames right now, but you can always put prescription lenses or dark lenses on them and stuff, right? What I've also done is, I've gone ahead and already paired my Ally Solos glasses with the app on my phone. Um, and today, the way I'm going to actually demo these glasses, and of course, the glasses pair with your phone via Bluetooth. It's got a camera, it's able to take pictures directly and send them over to the phone. And then from the phone, it gets uploaded to Ally, and Ally is able to analyze the image and give you a response, right? Apart from the glasses, apart from the Ally Solos part of the glasses, the Ally part of the glasses, the Solos glasses themselves.
Kartik, I'm just going to break in. Some of the folks are asking you to come a little closer to the microphone. Your volume's a
Okay,
bit lower than normal, so shout at us, please. Thank you.
sure.
Carry
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
Is it better now?
It sounds better to me as well. Hopefully, Scott and Israel, you can hear Kartik a bit better now. But please, let's carry on.
Sure. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and just speak a little bit more into the mic and stuff. So as I was saying, the glasses, the Ally Solos glasses themselves are a great piece of hardware compared to or along with the fact that it works with Ally, there are a bunch of other things the glasses are able to do. It's able to play audio. You can go ahead and take pictures with it regular, just like how you would with a normal camera. And it's got microphones as well on the glasses, so you can have a two-way conversation with Ally. Um, so the main thing that I want to actually like talk about today is the fact that once you've paired the glasses with Ally, you can simply start an Ally conversation by tapping into tapping on the side of the glasses, or you can just open the Ally app and tap on start call Ally, and that should work just as fine. Um, what I've also one of the really cool things about these glasses being like regular Bluetooth headphones is you can actually have the glasses just act as a camera input. You can still route the audio from the speaker on your phone, like what I'm going to do right now, just to showcase Ally. Or you can also go ahead and route the audio to a pair of regular Bluetooth hearing aids as well, right? Or you can also like put the or use another audio source like a speaker and so on, right? So the glasses are pretty versatile that way. You can add them over to like you can go ahead and just use the glasses alone as a camera input and stuff. And what's also really cool is because you can use the glasses just as a camera input, you can even go ahead and use Ally in text mode with the Ally Solos glasses. So you can talk to Ally over text, and when you say something like, "Hey, can Ally, can you tell me what's in front of me?" It then uses the camera on the glasses to snap a picture. So if you can have pretty discrete conversations with the Ally Solos glasses, it doesn't matter that you always have to talk to it. You can just connect to it via text as well. So that's something else that you can do with these glasses. And the really cool thing is, once you start a conversation with Ally, you don't need to put your phone, you don't have to have the app open on your phone. You can simply lock the screen, and you can just put it in your pocket and continue having a conversation. And because these glasses also come with Ally Pro, you could simply just have Ally on demand. You could start a conversation with Ally, and then just put it in your pocket. And let's say you're outside, you're at a supermarket or at a train station, and you feel like you constantly want to keep using Ally. You could just let it be on a call with you, and you could just use Ally that way. So I was testing the Ally Solos glasses a couple of weeks ago. With one of the community members, Mike May, for those of you all who know him. And we were coming on a tram ride. It was about a 30, 45-minute tram ride from one of the cities in the Netherlands he had come to visit. And so at that time, what we did was essentially start a conversation with Ally. He put the phone in his pocket, and then he just had Ally on demand on the glasses, and he just kept using the walkie-talkie mode to quickly ask Ally a question like, "Hey, what's in front of me?" or describe what's going on around me, or can you read what the sign says, and so on. And that's something that you can do with these glasses as well. So for today, I want to focus on a key part of the Ally experience, which is using Ally to using Ally to go ahead and read text that's there around you, right? So, and text could be in different forms. Text could be, for example, just short pieces of text. Text could be in terms of dense documents and so on. And today I have a couple of challenging, objects in front of me when it comes to reading text. So the first one is a book, and the second one is actually a product package. It's a bag of coffee beans that I have that has a pretty strange font on it, and the font size is also not a lot. So we're going to try and experiment with this today. And so yeah, here I go. I'm just saying a big hello to the demo gods, and I'm hoping that we're able to do a really good demo today. Vanessa, you might want to help me for a second in terms of just telling me if you can hear the audio output from my
Yep,
phone.
sure. Take your time.
Listen up, Chief.
Yeah, he's a bit gruffly, isn't he? But I
Yeah.
think we can hear him.
So just to give you a small preface, mine is my ally is a New York cabbie from the 1950s. He is 50s and 60s, so he has a slightly gruffy sounding New Yorkish accent. I just finished reading a very interesting novel, so one of the characters in the novel was a cabbie, so I just decided to make him a cabbie. So that's why. Just gonna quickly check in if ally is still around. Hey, Alai, are you there?
Here I am, boss. What's up?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and first scan this book here. Hey, Alai, take a look and tell me what's in front of me.
Take a look. Let me paint you the picture. You got yourself a hand holding a book titled Devotions by Mary Oliver, a New York Times bestseller. See? Now, this book's cover is pretty simple, with a black and white photo of someone's hands, maybe playing a harmonica or something. Behind the book, you got a windowsill with a few potted plants, some leafy green.
Okay, thanks, Alai.
Anytime, boss. You just holler if you need anything else.
So that's what.
Right here, cruising the info streets for you.
Right. So that's what the book had, had, right? So I had it was the the Mary Oliver book titled Devotions. It's a collection of poems, and the text on it again was not a very easy to read text, especially the word devotions was quite small. And one of the things that I keep hearing when we first put out the initial version of just a first few impressions of Ally was that hey, it seems a little bit slower, right? It seems the latency is a little bit more. Is there something that we can do about it? One, yes. So the latency that you're seeing right now is still a pre-release one, and we definitely will polish the latency up until the point where it does feel a bit more snappier than what it is right now. But two, I think this is one of the design decisions we made or the product decisions we made in terms of making Ally more accurate. I think in today's day and age, having an AI that's really fast and feels right is quite easy to do. You can take smaller versions of different AIs and then you can put them together in a way that feels really fast. But one of the key things I realized is it still takes a bit of effort in order to get it accurate, right? I'm going to show you another example right now of a coffee bean, and even that's going to follow the same logic. So the idea here is instead of if we do detect things like text, right, in an image, we will make sure to spend take our time to like ensure that we get the maximum possible accuracy. Maybe it might add 1 or 2 more seconds, but unlike most mainstream smart glasses which refuse to read text or does a half-handed act of reading text, our main focus is to try and make that make AI in general as accurate as possible. So yes, we will have another an additional latency of 1 or 2 seconds even compared to what you might experience with the Ally app on the phone. And so that was my, a quick demo. Another thing that I can also do is, for example, I'm going to go ahead and read what's on the coffee label here, or I'm going to ask it a very specific question. And then I can show you a couple of other things Ally does apart from just being like a pair of smart glasses that takes pictures and gives you descriptions of things or read things. Hey Ally, could you tell me where this coffee bean is from?
Let me take a look. All right, boss. Let me take a good squint at that package for you. That coffee beans from Kenya? Yeah, right from the heart of East Africa, where they've got some of the richest.
Could you do me a quick web search and tell me, come just find a nice brewing recipe for the Kenyan coffee with maybe a mocha pot? So this is one of the things that Ally can do as well. So apart from it being able to just detect or like recognize things around you visually, another thing that Ally is also able to do in this case
Here's
is
the best way to brew Kenyan coffee in a mocha pot. Straight talk, no frills. Start with a medium to medium coarse grind. Kenyan beans are vibrant with fruity brightness, so you want the grind coarse enough to let that sing without choking the pot, right? Aim for about 18 to 20 grams of coffee for a 6-cup mocha pot. Fill the basket just to the top. Level it off gently.
okay. Stop. So apart from just having a
Stepped out of the game. No worries. The ride's parked and ready for
yeah.
whenever you want to jump back in. Just holler if you want to roll again.
Yeah. So you also have other features of Ally. For example, I did a quick web search. You can also use calendar integration as well with the app or with the Ally Solos glasses. It's able to access the calendar on your phone. It's able to look up the weather because it has location information. So all of this is still possible. Everything that you do on the Ally app on your phone is possible to do on the Ally Solos glasses as well. And in the near future, we have plans of introducing more features, on the Ally, app, and so all of those features will automatically be accessible on the Ally Solos glasses. We also have a number of third-party integrations in the works. I know a lot of you have also been asking about integrations with other partners that we also have on the Envision glasses. So all of those things are things that we'll, over a period of time, roll out to more users. And so that's a first quick impression of the Ally Solos glasses. And what's really interesting about these glasses, as I've been using them, I did a full charge at the beginning of the day. And just as I'm wrapping up, I think I've been using it nonstop almost for about 5 hours at this point. And I still have around, 70% charge on the glasses, and I can still probably go for another 5 to 10 hours easily with continuous usage. So that's one of the really cool things about them. And yeah, I'm open to answering any questions during the Q&A section about the glasses. And if you have any concerns, questions, queries, you can drop me a quick note at that point, right? So yeah, that's a little bit about the Ally Solos first impressions. Um, Also just wanted to, and I think another thing that we wanted to touch upon during the webinar today was the Ally app itself and some of the new features that we've been introducing there. The thing that everyone has been asking for since the beginning of since we started working on Ally was, you all had your favorite set of questions to Ally that you ask on a repeated basis, right? So you, for example, some people like to know what the weather is before they step out. Some people like me like to know what's happening in a specific field, like the AI space or AI glasses or anything that picks our curiosity, right? And instead of having to ask Ally over and over again as to what that particular or just like over and over again that particular question, what you can do with shortcuts is you can actually trigger these questions or ask Ally these questions by default. It's just the press of a button, and Ally starts the conversation with giving you that response, right? And so people have created lots of different types of shortcuts. For example, people have created the daily briefings one is something that we offer by default along with three other shortcuts. People have created like a dustbin detector, right? When you just go ahead and click that button, Ally takes a look around and tells you if there's like a dustbin in the room. There's a dog detector that people have created with this, and and people have gone ahead and mixed these shortcuts with Siri shortcuts as well. So if you're using iOS, these shortcuts are now available on Siri, and you can go ahead and install them, or like plug it into your Siri shortcuts or your Siri pipeline, and that would work very really well as well. So yeah, that's a quick note about the Ally Solos glasses and what we have been working on with the Ally shortcuts. I think we can kick off the Q&A because I know there's like a lot of raised hands and a lot of questions that are waiting to be answered.
Yeah, absolutely. Kartik Manhaven is hiding. He's here with us, but I know he's got his screen cut off. Kartik, did you want to add anything today from what Kartik Cannon has said, or are you happy to help us answer some of the questions?
No, of course. I think that's great.
It's
I
good to
think
see you.
this is a quick early sort of like a preview of like what's sort of been happening behind the scenes. There's still a lot of development up ahead. I think it's pretty exciting what we're unlocking with Ally. I think the sort of open your platform is like super nice because it allows people to like to customize a whole lot of things to the way they want, right? So we're not sort of offering like like a one solution fits all kind of a thing. So you get to customize your ally, for example, right? So someone like Karthik, like he likes to have something with a sense of humor. So it wants, so he wants it to feel more, it to have like a bit more of a personality, and that's something that sort of he can have based on his preferences. But if some of you out there, you just want like a professional, straight to the point ally, you just want it to just read out things, just describe things, and just be very objective. You can also do that, right? So you have that range of of like personalization available. So just depending on what you want, you can sort of personalize the whole experience to the way that works best for you. And that's also something that extends to things like shortcuts, right? Like if you are somebody who is asking a particular question again and again, just build a shortcut for it, right? Like if you're, so, for example, are working in an office, and if you get like a letters, like a lot, and you have to often ask Ally for a summary of a letter, just build a shortcut that says summarize a letter, and then you just hit that shortcut, and Ally will sort of take the picture, do the OCR, and just give you the summary, right? And all of that happens much more quicker. So I think that sort of your personalization and the customization, where every person, even though they will all be like using the same app, but they'll not be using the same app, right? They'll all be using their own versions of this app. I think that kind of personalization is really very exciting, and we're seeing like very diverse use cases evolve, and I think that's what we're here to support. And Ally Solos glasses is also a step in that direction. Our aim with Ally is to be on as many different platforms as possible. So we started, of course, with the iPhone, Android, and the web, where people, depending on their like phone, their lifestyle, the like the context they're in, they can use it on all these platforms. And now we have a wearable option as well. So when they're out and about, when they need that extra bit of flexibility, they have these Ally Solos glasses as an option. And there'll be a lot more in the future, right? I think that sort of is the message here, that this is the beginning. We do intend Ally to be available in as many different places as possible. And I think the like the last bit to add to that would be the kind of stuff we're doing with public spaces, right? So talking about the personalization of Ally itself, like the platform it is on. The other one is that we are actively engaged with a lot of different enterprises, be like museums, hotels, airports. So just imagine you walk into any of these places, and there is a version of Ally there that sort of has information about that specific space, and about all the facilities that it has, and about all the artwork it has or anything else that's available there. So you get to sort of enter that space and simply start talking to Ally and use Ally as an interface to access a public space like that. So I think that's like where like the promise of Ally really starts to come into fruition, and that's where like we are sort of building it. So yeah, I think in a nutshell, working very hard to make sure that Ally is an AI agent that like works for you and you're not the other way around.
Yeah.
Maybe before we open the Q&A, a quick update on the pre-order campaign. The Your pre-order campaign is still open. We're still continuing the development of Ally Solos glasses. We still are on schedule to ship in October, but it might be more in the second half of October than the first half of October. So we aim to sort of start wrapping up all the development in the next couple of weeks, and then we want to do some very rigorous testing. We are already doing your testing in like parallel, but we will sort of do a bit more of like large scale testing, and then if it's all good, we'll start shipping it out. So definitely still on schedule to do the shipment before the end of October. So stay tuned. You'll hear from us. We'll also start shipping on like the first come, sort of like first ship basis. So the people who have ordered the earliest will get their device says like earliest, and then we will ship in batches because we have had a very overwhelming response to the orders. So we will have to do the shipments in like batches. So the people who have ordered the earliest will receive the devices the earliest, but of course we will still do our best to start the shipment process in October and then keep shipping as and when we can actually have the batches out of the door. The pre-order campaign is still open. We're out of the ultra early bird and the super early bird prices. So what we still have is the early bird prices, which is still a significant discount from what the prices of these glasses will be after the pre-order campaign. So if you want to be one of like the earliest people to get your hands on these glasses, please go ahead and order them if you haven't ordered already. And if you do want to sort of support what we're building here with Ally and whatever sort of mission and ambition is, this is a great way to let show your support. It's just by putting in a pre-order, so we know that we're building the right thing and we are sort of heading in the right direction. Cool. With that, I would want to open up the floor for all of the questions. We'll do our best to answer as many of them as possible. Let me start with taking on some of the Q&A first before we bring on people from the panel for a quick chat. Let's see. On the Q&A, there is a question from Kikina who says, is the roadmap to a live AI long or short? I would say there is a version of a live AI that we will introduce in the short term. We are testing it internally already. So there is a version of it that will be available in like short term. The issues with a live AI is the latency, and it's not still as reliable as it could be, and still a lot of hallucinations. So we are sort of working towards fixing all of these things. There will be a version of your live AI out in the short term, and we'll continue improving it in the long term. There's a question from Scott Marshall who says, is it possible to suppress the extraneous chatter? I don't need it. Yes, Scott, like I mentioned, like you can completely personalize the Ally to exactly how you want it. So you sort of get to define exactly how you want Ally to talk to you. So yes, you can totally personalize that. You can also do the other way around if you wanted to chat a bit more. That's also a possibility. There's a question from Israel who says, are they available in New Zealand? If there's no distributor in New Zealand, is the AI capability available worldwide? There are some glasses from a well-known big tech company, but their AI functionality is not available in New Zealand. It is available worldwide, Israel. So you can, at the moment, order these glasses from New Zealand. We have already had a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand order these glasses already. So you can already place a pre-order like of these glasses, and we will ship them to New Zealand, and all the functionalities are available across the world, including New Zealand. We do have a distributor in New Zealand as well. In the, like in the past with Envision glasses, we have worked with Pacific Vision International. So they have been our distributors and partners in the Australia and New Zealand area. Of course, they will continue to be our partner in that area. But since we're still doing a pre-order campaigns, they don't have the distribution of these new glasses as of yet. So if you do want them early, I would suggest place an order with us so that you have it with the pre-order shipment. But if you're okay to sort of wait a bit more, once a PVI actually has the stock and the agreement in place, you can order from them at a later date as well. Tom Morrissey asks, how do I launch shortcuts from the glasses with the phone away? Tom, there are two ways. You can use a Siri shortcuts. So with these glasses, you can also activate Siri. So you can simply say, "Hey Siri, summarize a letter," right? If that's a shortcut you have, so you can just simply say, "Hey Siri, you summarize the letter," and then what a Siri will do is open up Ally, open up the like the call, and then you can just start using it. In that way, we will also have some gesture-based ways to trigger a shortcuts as well. That's still something that's being designed, so you will also be able to do it more discreetly in the future as well. It might not be out at launch, but in the future there will be a discreet way to start the shortcuts straight from the touchpad of the glasses without seeing anything as well. Yeah, you can just use a Siri shortcuts to invoke them from the glasses as well. Luke says, shortcuts are very interesting concepts. Will it be possible to configure a couple of shortcuts that they can be launched directly by tapping on the touchpad of the LSO? Yes, Luke, that's exactly what we are working on. So we will have something like that on. There's a question from Paul who says, can the glasses read a standard deck of playing cards? Yes, they can. We have tried it internally, and they actually do a pretty good job. Of course, you have to sort of make sure you have sort of or fanned it in a way that it's visible properly. So if the camera is able to capture it, it will go ahead and read the standard deck of playing cards for you as well. If you want, it can also make your suggestions for you as well. So you can also just have a chat with it and ask for help. Will the glasses have adjustable EQ settings that can be used when playing audio through them? Not sure what.
Yeah, so I think he's basically like like how, for example, with AirPods or with like certain Bluetooth apps, you can or Bluetooth headphones, you can go into their apps and you can change how the bass is going to be, or the all those values, right? I think on Android that is possible. On iOS, so far iOS doesn't offer a native EQ adjustment option, and out of the gate on iOS that might not be possible, but on Android it might be possible, depending on the version of the OS that you might be doing. That natively Android might offer some adjustable EQ options. If you do know of anything that is there on iOS as well, similarly, I can go ahead and please let me know. I'll be happy to check it out and see.
Cool. All right, let's start bringing some people onto the panel. We have a few raised hands. If you want to ask a question, you can, and if you want to come on the panel and have a chat with us, you can also just use the raise hand functionalities and we will bring you on. Let's start with Scott. Hi, Scott. You can unmute yourself and ask us a question.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, it's been some time. It's nice to be back here on the team with you guys, checking up with you guys. Yeah, so I had a couple questions about the glasses. So, something that I've noticed when wearing the Meta glasses is that, over time the glasses will kind of adjust to your head, so it doesn't always feel as comfortable. It doesn't feel as tight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was curious about that. How the Ally glasses actually feel like when wearing them.
Sure. Actually, this is a very, I can answer that question because, like one of the really cool things I noticed about the Ally Solos glasses today was the fact that you can actually bend the tips at the back. So this was actually a
Huh.
large frame that would be a little bit large for that feels a little large for me
Okay.
if I wear it as it is, right? But at the
Yeah.
back, they've got these little, I don't know how to describe them, but they're more like plastic bendable tips. The ends of the arms are a bit bendable, so you can actually
Oh,
squeeze
okay.
them in a little bit. And now when I wear the glasses after that, it feels a lot more snug, right? And it doesn't fall off. Like earlier, when I used to shake my head or when I used to take these glasses out for a run,
Yeah.
it used to like sometimes come off. But then once I, like bend the tips a little bit in, it just stays, the fit is a lot more snug that way. So you can go ahead and adjust the arms a little bit in the back if you want to have a more tighter fit.
Okay. Yeah, that's great to hear that because I noticed my glasses. Like I love my Meta glasses, but there's definitely some issues with them with battery life and comfort. Um, I know. Do you guys? So when you guys activate, like, because like with Meta, you can say, "Hey Meta, do this," or "Hey Meta, do that." Is this something you guys plan on adding in the future? I know, I'm sure there's some people in here. I mean, I'm probably not speaking for just myself, but there's some people that would like to have that option where you can talk to it specifically, like activate it. I know that's something that I can't always press a button if I'm doing something. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice to be able to talk to it. If I initially activate it with my voice. I don't know if that's something you guys do plan on adding in the future.
Yeah,
And
so like I said, it sort of like works a default with your assistant on your phone. So you can just simply say, "Hey, Siri," and it will work with the Siri on your phone to activate Ally, right? So the same is true for Android. So you can also talk to
okay.
Google Assistant to also activate the same thing on Ally. So it does work with the existing assistants on your phone.
Okay, yeah, because it seems pretty cool. I mean, having 15 hours of battery life it seems really great with these things. Yeah, I would love to try a pair out myself, honestly, not gonna lie. Could you tell me some new things that are like coming with it now? You guys did mention like a new feature coming, and I am curious to know regarding like the app wise of any upcoming features you can at least discuss.
Yeah, like we can talk about like stuff that's in the works. I think we are
Okay,
working on a better version of the documents scanners. There's sort of like a more advanced version to actually help you scan more complex document, sort of help
okay,
you detect edges of a document before you take a picture. So we're sort of doing a big sort of update on like the scan text part of it, where it will sort of do a lot more better OCR. It will sort of like do more layout detection and things like that. So that's like like a work in progress.
okay.
Other more experimental stuff is the like a live AI stuff. So that's where you can, in
Mm.
addition to making a call to an ally, you can also make a video call to an ally, right? So that sort of is the
Yeah.
other work in progress. And there's of course like a whole bunch of just speed fixes, performance improvement, all of that that's constantly happening.
Yeah,
Under
because I
that's
mean,
what.
I've noticed that I love using Ally. It's just as at the state that it's at right now. I mean, it's not as fast as you would think it would be. You know what I mean? But it's still an early development project. I mean, it's definitely been a lot better than it has been. The year and a half I've been with you guys, it's definitely improved a lot, and I appreciate that. And I know I'm really looking forward to the photos coming back so I can roast more people because I love making fun of people with Ali. It's so fun. It's try to keep it positive and everything. That's the best thing I do. You know.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate all your feedback and appreciate all
Yeah.
the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
no problem. Thanks, you too.
All right. Then I'm gonna bring on Amy to the call. Amy, you can unmute yourself and ask us a question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great, thank you. You did answer my first question, which was about the timing of shipment, because I'm going to be away at the beginning of October. So thank you. My second question has to do with, and this potentially could be connected with shortcuts. obviously, until some kind of live video is available and reliable, there may be times, particularly when we are navigating, when we want to ask Ally repeatedly to do the same thing, such as, can you tell me can you please take a picture and tell me what's in front of me? Or can you read the sign, the signs as I pass? You may have to repeatedly ask that question. Is there a way to invoke a shortcut that would do that so that you wouldn't have to speak continuously to repeat the same question?
Yeah, so that is something we are sort of exploring as well in sort of like parallel to like a live AI thing, because yeah, like the way all of these models they work as of now is that they're not sort of proactive, right? So they sort of can only respond to things. They cannot like proactively be on a lookout for things or sort of keep doing things actively. The workaround to that would be that we keep asking a question repeatedly after like a bit. Right? So that is like a workaround that we can work in. So I would say that we are exploring like a more advanced version of like shortcuts, where in addition to sort of putting in what to ask Ally, you can also sort of set an interval in which it will keep on asking that question again and again, right? So in your example, for example, where you said if I'm out and about, I do want to keep on reading shop names and stuff like that, you can sort of make a shortcut in the future where you can add that as a question. You have to just read out the shop names, and you can just sort of set an interval that asks this question every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, right? So you can in the future sort of do stuff like that. But yeah, it's still a work in a progress. We want to see how this could work in combination with the live AI stuff that we're working in. But yeah, we will definitely update you on that. Cool. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate that question. Then I'm going to bring on Jakub. Jakub Strasser, you can unmute yourself and ask us a question.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I have two questions. First, you said that with the glasses, you also get 1 year of Ally Premium for free. I was premium subscriber in the past for 1 month. Will I still get the 1 year premium for free?
Yes. So if you have made like a pre-order campaign of the Ally Solos classes, you
Yes.
will get 1 year of Ally a Pro subscription, like for free. The way it works is when you will pair the Ally Solos classes with the Ally app on your phone, then it will activate that 1 year of like a Pro subscription from that point on.
Okay. And my second question, it's more of maybe you have an idea how I can fix this. It's when it happens quite often to me when I activate chat with Ally, for example. Now, only when I activate the voice chat, doesn't matter if it's walkie-talkie or a continuous chat, it starts vibrating, then the phone freezes for about 30 seconds, and then it says like Ally couldn't join the conversation. This happens nearly every time.
Yeah, no, we saw that your feedback from you, Jacob, and we were not able to sort of reproduce it on our end. I know that Karthik Karan was looking into it, or I was.
I actually pinged you about it, Jakob. I also texted you on that same thread. I DM'd you as well. And I think I'd be happy to debug that for you. Could be to do something with the beta version. Could be something to do with the production version. We'll have to check your account and help you with
No,
it.
I'm using the beta and an iOS beta. Maybe it has to do with the iOS beta, I
Yeah.
thought.
It could be because I know that with iOS 26.1, for example, some apps have been reporting some changes and things like that. So I need to sit down, and I'm happy to go over that with you after this call. Just give me a call
Okay,
this.
and so then the last question, will it be possible in the future to use these glasses in combination with Voice Vista for head tracking?
I'm not aware of voice, like a Vista, you said? I'm not aware of what that is.
It's like what we had in the past. Mike, do you know Microsoft Soundscape?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same, just a new version.
Yeah, no, then it should totally work because the glasses also just work as a pair of your headphones, and they do have your stereo speakers. So if it's just giving out the audio output, then your glasses will be able to just
Okay,
automatically
thanks. I
work with that.
understand. And now, really, sorry, my really last question. I'm planning to use these glasses at school to read out text on the board for me, for example. Um, when they talk to me, will the other people around me hear what's coming out of the glasses, or is it like headphones?
So it does have a directional speakers that are near your ears. It sort of is, piping the sound directly into your ears. So you sort of like hear it like super like loud, but the people around you, they will not hear it as loudly. So they will, of course, like if it's like a very silent room, they'll still be able to hear that something is being said, but it'll be very faint for them. So if you do want like extra bit of like a privacy where you don't want people to hear anything at all, you can just put on your AirPods or any sort of other
Do you
earphone
pair the AirPods with your phone or with the glasses?
with your phone.
Okay, and then just change the audio output on the phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate your questions as always. Cool. Let's try to knock off some more Q&A. Stephen Hamilton says, I have an iPhone and an Apple Watch Ultra 3. Will I be able to connect them both with multi-point pairing? I know I won't be able to use both at the same time. So the glasses will only appear with the Ally app on your phone, Stephen. So if you're asking if your a phone can be connected to both your Apple Watch and the glasses at the same time, yes, that is possible. So you can sort of do like a multi sort of pairing. But the Ally app on your phone is what will be connected to the Ally Solos glasses. So if you want to use the Ally Solos glasses, you do need to have your phone around. If you leave your phone away and just have your Apple Watch on you, it won't work.
I think what he probably also is talking about is just pairing the Ally, the Ally Solos glasses and use it as like a regular headphones, which in which case you can do with the glasses. For example, I was using the glasses connected to my Mac, and the glasses was connected technically as headphones to my Mac and my iPhone, and I just can switch between the two. So I can just disconnect from my Mac and then switch to connecting on my phone, or connect it from do vice versa. So if you just want to pair the glasses as a regular pair of headphones with your Apple Watch and your iPhone and use it interchangeably, that's possible for you to do.
Yeah. Cool, got it. Then there's a question from Tom who says, how do I launch a shortcut from an Android? So you just use the Google Assistant on Android. So you can be like, hey Google, and you can just use a Google Assistant on Android.
The thing is, I think it's also Gemini. It works with Gemini on Android as well. So that's what it is nowadays.
Cool. Zifiklo has a question. He says, what about instant translation while discussing with someone? I don't know what you mean exactly with instant translation. What Ally can do is it can help you with a translation for sure. So if somebody is speaking, let's say Spanish, they can speak into Ally and it will translate it into English for you, or vice versa. You can ask Ally to translate what you are saying into a different language. So stuff like that, it works pretty well and it works pretty instantly as well. Luke says, can Ally Solos glasses also work with a native Solos glasses? No, it won't. So you do need to get your Ally Solos glasses. So it's a different edition of those Solos glasses that we have developed particularly to work with with Ally. So if you just get the regular Solos glasses, it won't be able to work with Ally.
I think what he means is if the Ally Solos glass, if you buy the Ally Solos glasses, can use it as regular Solos glasses. But I think the answer to that is also no, right?
You can.
Uh,
Because if you're talking about using it as a regular Solos glasses, it's basically just connecting to your to your phone as a regular pair of headphones, and then
Mhm.
that's the
I
way.
don't think that's the question because like there is nothing called like a native Solos glasses mode. So the glasses are basically like there isn't any software on the glasses. So all the software is actually off the glasses. So it's not like the Google Glass which has like a native OS as well. So these glasses don't have any a native software in them. Cool. Let's bring on more people. I'm gonna bring on Andrew. Andrew, you can unmute yourself and ask us your question.
Yes, good evening.
Hey,
Yeah, I've
good
got my
evening,
first
Andrew.
question about delivery date because I'm a pre-order customer on day one. But my main question was how weather resistant are these glasses for temperature wise for heat and cold, for cold weather, and for rain?
Yeah, I don't have the exact thing but it so basically these glasses do have an IP67 like your rating, which means that they are water resistant, so you can sort of take it out when it's there's a bit of a rain, and it can sort of you can have some splashes you fall on the glasses, but you cannot take it for a swim, for example. So that's basically sort of what that IP67 rating means. Your weather conditions, I think it works well. I will have to look up the exact details. I can send it to you later, Andrew. But yeah, like it's pretty standard, like electronic components. So like I think it's pretty similar to your iPhone, the kind of your weather conditions in which it operates.
Okay, as I understand, IP67 means it's waterproof to 1 meter submergence, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that with them just in case.
Yeah, because it's 1 meter, but also like about how long it can be in. So yeah, like
30 minutes.
yeah, like yeah, we would not encourage that. I'm pretty sure it could hold up, but yeah, I would not encourage people taking it for a swim.
No, of course not.
Cool. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate your questions.
Sure.
All right, then let's bring on your Michael Tyndall. Hey, Michael, you can unmute yourself and ask us a question.
Good afternoon. I did come onto the call late. I have a couple questions, and unfortunately, I know you've already covered a little bit of this. My first question: when I'm using the Ally app just on my phone, I see if I tell Ally stop listening, but I see that Ally continues to listen to me after I say stop listening. Do I need to hit the mute button? Is that mute button muting Ally, or is it muting?
So yeah, that's a great question. So when you hit your mute button, that's when it's unmuting the microphone. So if you tell Ally to stop a listening, it will still always be a listening. So if you want it to actually stop, you have to hit the mute button. So then whatever you say is not being picked up by the mic on your phone. So
Okay.
there is no going to Ally, because Ally, yeah, like if it's you're open and activated, it will always be a listening.
Okay, so what about on the glasses? How will that work with the glasses?
So in the glasses, the way it works is the way like the default experience that we've built is with like walkie-talkie mode, which means so that's also you're like a mode that's available on the Ally app. So there are your two modes. There is the continuous your mode where you just can you keep having a to and fro with Ally and it's always listening. But there is a walkie-talkie mode where there is a push to talk your button. So only when you hold down on the button, it will unmute and you can ask like stuff. And as soon as you release the button, it would go back to your mute. So that's sort of how the walkie-talkie would like work, and that's also the default implementation on the glasses. So there is like a touchpad on the glasses. So if you put your finger on the touchpad, you can ask your question, and then release the finger, and then you can talk to allies, and that sort of is the default behavior that we encourage. Because otherwise, what happens is if you don't use it with walkie-talkie mode, and if you use it with the continuous mode, you can sort of accidentally interrupt ally when it's talking something. So the walkie-talkie your mode on the glasses is sort of the default your mode for that.
Got it. Okay. Two other quick questions. You did mention somewhere in the presentation that I wasn't here for. What is the delivery dates at this point? Have they changed?
It's more towards end of October now. It's still October, but probably in the second or the third week of October is when we aim to start the shipment.
Okay,
So
great. Great. And then my final two questions, I'll combine them. Can you explain? I think that I read or something that there is a travel case that will charge the glasses when it's in the case. And then can you also talk quickly about the arm? I saw that there's like removable arms for the battery. Can you talk about that briefly?
yeah, sure. It doesn't have a like rechargeable case, so you do need to charge them separately with the cable. So it does have a case, but it's not a rechargeable case.
Got it. Okay.
But one cool thing about the case, though, it sort of is a very cool design where it flat packs. So once you take the glasses out, you can sort of flatten the case out. It sort of folds like an origami, and it's
Nice.
easy to just put it in your pocket or in your bag. So that's a great. So it doesn't really occupy a lot of space once the glasses are out.
Nice.
And you're right, the arms of the glasses are detachable. So both the arms, you can actually detach them, and they are a USB-C, and there is a USB-C port on the arm. So right, as soon as you detach them, you can see the USB-C port, which allows you to do two things. One is you can simply just like charge these arms directly by plugging it into a USB-C cable, and you can charge the two arms simultaneously. But what you can also do, we don't have it for the pre-order, but we will have it after that, is you can also order extra arms, right? So you can also just have the just the arms that you can have with your extra, and then you can do like a hot swap for the battery, right? So if you're out and about, and if you've been using it super intensely, 15 hours is a lot of time. But let's say you are on a hiking trip and you do need like longer than 15 hours, then you can take extra arms with you, and then you can just do like a hot swap, and then you get additional 15 hours of your charge immediately after. So that is a possible.
So you're basically using one arm, correct? Not both. You're using one arm at a time with the battery.
So it is both. So basically, like one arm actually has the processor and the other has the battery, but actually they both have a bit of battery, but like the majority of the battery is on one arm than the other. So that's how it is. But they both you have to be plugged into the glasses for the glasses circuit to be complete and operate.
Got it. So when you charge them, if you charge one arm, it kind of charges both arms when you're charging them, I'm assuming.
Not entirely. So your both arms have a bit of battery on like both sides. So when you charge a one arm, you are only charging like a bit of the battery, and not all of the battery.
So you need to charge one side, then charge the other side.
If I may.
Yeah, or there is a cable which sort of is like a magnetic. So in addition to you don't have to detach the arms. You're like, in order to like charge them, you can still keep the arms attached, and there is a magnetic charger that attaches on a spot in the glasses. When you do that, then both the glasses will charge at the same time.
Got it. Thank you so much.
And that would be the recommended way to charge it, is not with the USB-C, but with this your magnetic charger that we will ship with, because that's when you get the fastest charging into the glasses actually.
Got it. And then you said that we can purchase extra arms, but that'll be in the future, correct?
That'll be in the future, like after the pre-order.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. Sorry to take up so much of your time.
Of course not. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, we're at the top of the hour. We are actually a bit over the hour, but yeah, then good to have here. There's a last question from like Luke who's asking about like the wake word. I think the answer to that is like because it works with the assistants on your phone. So because you can simply say your Hey Siri or your Hey Google and activate your ally with that. We don't intend to build like a Hey Ally version. It's just so much easier and better to just use the native applications for that. So that's what we have to say about the wake word aspect. But I think with that, we would like to bring the webinar to like a close. We want to thank everybody who has just shown up here and for sticking up to the very end. Everybody who's also watching on like YouTube, thank you so much. This has been great. We are going to go back and put our heads down to focus on executing on the rest of the development of Ally Solus classes, so we can ship them out in October as we intend to. Thank you for all of your support so far. That's been, it's been like wonderful. If you know people who still haven't made a pre-order of these classes, definitely encourage them to do so. We will probably be closing the pre-order campaign soon, so this would be the best time for them to lock in this great discount and be one of the first ones to experience this technology. Thanks everyone. I hope you all have a good day ahead, and we'll see you out there.
See you guys.